Hello there, and welcome to episode 29 of my playthrough of the 2018 Harebrained Schemes Battletech game. Today I'm going to be tackling Flashpoint Mission Extracurricular Activities. It's a 3.5 skull difficulty mission, so it could be quite challenging. We're on Brockway today, which is in the Fedsons territory. But we're working today for the Lyran Commonwealth against the Fedsons, strangely enough. Engagement length is short, so expect 2 drops. Consecutive deployments are in play. The bonus reward is rare items, and there are no tonnage requirements. This is relatively ironic because I have just allied with the Fedsons, which I'll talk about shortly. So the first thing that I'm doing after I've allied with them is doing an operation against them. Such is life, such is Battletech. Anyway, let's read the copy for today's mission. I require your help on a personal matter, Commander. No other mercenary company will do. If you accept, further details will be provided upon your arrival at Brockway. So let's go ahead and begin. So, here he is. We've not seen him in a while. Good old Alban Stieglitz Bradford. Welcome to Brockway, Commander Durant. I'm pleased that you've answered my summons. Not all mercenary commands are bold enough to attack Davian interests inside the Fedsons' own borders, particularly when we are allied with the Fedsons. A job's a job, Graf Stieglitz Bradford. Now tell us what you want us to do. I will provide you with a set of coordinates. There you will find a Davian munition stockpile disguised as a civilian warehouse. I want you to capture it. So you can steal the munitions? No, my dear, to provoke a response. Bit patronising. House Davian will dispatch its nearest security lance to reclaim its stolen property. The commander of that lance is known to me. His name is Lord Jesper Bissett, and his father, Duke Royden Bissett, is an influential member of the Lyran court. Duke Bissett also happens to be one of my most tenacious political enemies. He is a vile man, a drunkard and a bore, typical Steiner, and nothing would make me happier than to see his house disgraced. And so, Commander, when Jesper comes for you, I want you to smash his battle mech. Send him limping home to his father, blanketed in his shame. That shouldn't be a problem. I'm glad to hear it, Commander Durant. Very good indeed. Come to me when the job is done, and I will see that you're well compensated. The whole affair feels a little childish, but that isn't our concern. If Stieglitz Bradford wants to pay us to make his political rival look bad, I ain't going to say no. Let's do this, collect our pay and get out of here. I'll be watching from above, Commander. Right, well, see what this is then. So it's a capture base in the desert. You'll find a Davian munitions factory at the coordinates I've outlined. Take it from them, and it may serve as bait for a trap that I'm paying you to set. So we'll probably have a capture base followed by a battle, although knowing the flashpoint, something crazy will happen and we'll end up mired in a crazy set of affairs. That's usually how it works out. Right, so capture base, 3.5 skulls. I think we'll take more cash today. You can see I've emptied my vault recently. Spent about 10 million C-bills, I think, in the system that I'm currently in, which I'll talk about when we get into the mission. So yeah, I'll definitely want to max out cash. I don't think we'll get anything too heavy thrown at us as like either, so we should be fine. So let's go ahead and accept that. I'm going to just clear all the bays and the mech warriors here so I can discuss what we are taking today. First up, we are going to need a jumpy mech, 3.5 in the desert. Well, I've now got the Victor on tap, so good old Chandra. Chandra, if you are unaware, is a Hindu moon god. So yeah, that's where he gets his name from. I don't know why I went with Chandra, just sounds cool. In terms of loadout, got a UAC 5, double plus for that extra tonnage, 2 impulses, an extended range S laser, and 2 LRM5. So it's a very weird and wonderful vision for the Victor here, or version of the Victor. But I wanted to try something a little bit different and more like a skirmishing-esque mech as opposed to kind of going in with the AC-20. Because a Victor with an AC-20, with the mechs that I've got, like, the Atlas 2, even like the Annihilator with the WAC 10s and the double LB 10Xs. It's kind of wasted in that role. Like, the fact that it can jump as an assault mech is actually very valuable to me, because I've not had a jump capable assault mech as of yet in this game. So I wanted to run him a little bit differently. So we'll bring the Victor today, and we'll put Boudica in the Victor. Next up, we're going to need a couple of tanks, and I will bring the Awesome today, the AT, and we'll put Bear in the Awesome, and I will also bring the Archer, and we will put Darkstar in the Archer, and then finally, we've got a treat today. If you watched the previous episode, you'll know that I picked up the Stalker. And I've called the Stalker Modge because that was the name of the mech warrior that we killed, basically, to steal his Stalker. And Modge is just a really cool sounding word. Modge. Just say it. Modge. Sounds fun. So in homage to Modge, that's why we've named the Stalker thus. Now, I'm running this Stalker quite undergunned in a lot of respects, even though its firepower is sat on like the highest level there, and it's coming at 320 on an Alpha Strike, which is very impressive. You can actually be absolutely crazy with a Stalker and probably get it up to like 500. However, I am just running this mech as an LRM platform. So we've got two LRM-20s double pluses, and that's for the extra damage, and then we've got two LRM-10s double pluses for the stability damage. The key to this particular mech is this TTS double plus, which gives us a +3 accuracy to every missile. That's absolutely invaluable. As Voltaire said, he said something like this anyway, I don't know the exact quote, but God is not on the side of the biggest battalions, he's on the side of the best shot. I want you to go away and meditate on that before you make your next lance in Battletech. In this game anyway, because the TTS obviously gives you a heightened percentage for every missile that's hitting. So I could run, like, I could strip the armour down, strip all the heat management off, and put 4 racks of LRM-20s on there. But with the TTS, more of those missiles are going to be hitting. By doing that, I'm able to put like more ammo on, because I can, it's finding that balancing act between not having to put too many LRMs on, but having more that will hit. Ergo, I save weight from putting less missile racks on there, or lighter missile racks like the LRM-10s. Therefore, I get more ammo on. I can also get some heat management on there. Got a nice rangefinder plus as well for that extra plus 50 meter viewing distance. So yeah, it's a really, really amazing LRM platform. I mean, that, it's pretty mad when you think about it. 60 LRMs it's firing at a time. And worth noting that those LRM-20 double pluses, they do as much damage as a regular SRM. So effectively, this is a walking SRM platform, and it's an assault mech with all the bonuses that come from mechs and the armour. So unlike an SRM carrier that you basically just have to kind of pop with a little AC gun and it blows up, the Stalker's going to take considerably more than that. Also worth pointing out that I never really play mechs that are really badly armoured. Obviously, the Stalker doesn't have an insane amount of armour on there. That would be slightly silly, because I'm generally going to be keeping it back and just like doing indirect fire. So it doesn't necessarily need a lot of armour on there, but I really would not be comfortable bringing a mech with like very, very low armour levels. So it's kind of armoured up to the level that I'd put on a heavy mech as opposed to an assault mech. So let's go ahead and load the Stalker up today, and the trick is to give it to somebody who's got decent tactics, because if you look at the we can't see it now actually, but the tactics gives us that bonus to indirect fire. So we'll put Vortex in there today because he's got 9 on the tactics skill, which means he can basically sit at the back of the battlefield and just pew pew over those, well, not pew pew, it'll be ping ping, won't it, over those LRMs. So we're going for a massive LRM platform here. You see, we've got the Archer as well, so we will be LRMing the enemy to death. Glad that I've got the opportunity to do this, actually, because I think when I first started playing or recording this particular playthrough, I didn't use LRMs like much at all in the early stage of the game because I kept like reiterating the point. I do really like the LRM as a tactic, but it has to be on the right mech that can do it as a spam. So I don't necessarily like them. I'll give you an example, like a Centurion, an LRM 10 on a Centurion, waste of time. 50 ton mech. I'd rather have if it's stock variant, I'd rather have like an AC 10, a couple of M lasers and SRM 6. And then some heat management because those weapons work in synergy with each other. The LRM doesn't because it's got those minimum range penalties. The Stalker, I very much feel the same way. So rather than putting like lots of energy weaponry on there, I've just gone, you take out a lot of tonnage by putting the TTS on there and then you fill the rest up with LRMs. And you just have it like, on the periphery of the battlefield doing indirect fire. So it's very much becomes like a specialist mech. Kind of like the archeries as well, but the archer's got more options because it's got that dual SRM, LRM, like Missillary Suite bonus. So with the archer, you want to kind of close in and get like that optimum fire. Not with the Stalker. The Stalker will sit behind everybody and just fire off missiles. So let's go ahead here and deploy. Oh, you might see there as well. There was a new mech warrior on the books, Squire. He's actually part of a narrative that I've picked up just recently, I think just as I jumped into this system actually. And someone from the mercenary review board asked me if I'd take him on. He's absolutely terrible. Like he's got like 1s and 2s and I think he's got like 1-3. I think he's 3 in guts and then 1s and 2s for everything else. But if it gives me an interesting narrative that's going to happen somewhere along the line, then I'm more than happy to take him. Also worth pointing out that I now have the full like training mods on the Argo, so he should get up to pretty decent competency levels quite quickly as we're travelling through space. So ain't a chance in hell he's going to get a run out in the action because he's terrible. But maybe after a little bit of time, I might be a little bit more sympathetic to giving him a run out. We'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I can just get rid of him. But for now, we'll see where it goes. He's the first mech warrior I've actually taken on that isn't a character that I can amend. So he is actually part of the game. Usually I only take recruits and then like edit their profiles. But he's different obviously because he's part of the narrative. The Davian Munitions Factory should be just ahead of your Lance Commander. Regrettably, I don't have any reliable intel to share regarding your OpForce strength or composition. I would recommend scouting ahead before engaging the facility defenders. And remember, Commander, this drop is only at the beginning. You're going to have another fight ahead of you, so try not to take any unnecessary risks. I'm sure we'll be fine. Good old Stieglitz. Right, so let's run in. I think we'll just run everyone in. At the moment, because there's nothing on sensors. You can see that already the Stalker is trailing behind. It is very much a slow mech. That's why I don't really want any weaponry on there other than LRMs, because like the Annihilator, where you have to kind of sprint to get into kind of firing range because it's so slow. It's fine with the Annihilator though, because you can put like AC-10s on there which have like decent levels of direct range. With this mech, you never need to do that because you just have to sit at the back and fire off LRMs. It doesn't matter how slow it is. If you had, like, say you had medium lasers on there or impulses, though, you would have to kind of get into the fray a lot more, though, so it would change the tactics considerably. But as it stands, it absolutely doesn't matter a jot that he is as slow as an early mech. So, whatever. Right, just going to run everyone up here for the moment, though. We've got some turrets on sensors. And they shouldn't be too difficult to take out though. We'll bring in Art because he can usually smash things up quite easily, and it's a heavy laser turret. This some wonderful percentages there as you'd expect from Darkstar, and he's kind of in that optimum zone there between the LRMs and the SRMs, and he made short work of that. I do love that Archer, it's such a good mech. I am going to come to a point though, I'm going to have to make a tough decision on Mina. Because I think eventually it's going to be difficult for me to justify keeping Mina on like the active books, because I've got like the Stalker now as the LRM platform, and even though Mina is good because she's jump capable, and she's quicker, but with I've got a Trebuchet, I've got a Catapult, I've got the Archer, and I've got a Stalker. So I think one of them is going to have to go, and it probably would. Mina is probably the top of that list, which I absolutely feel gutted saying. But the trebuchet is very useful because of its weight. Because it's a 50-ton mech, it can go on those tonnage restriction missions, which Mina can't go on. So, yeah, maybe hard choices down the line, especially when I get access to the Bull Shark, and I inevitably will get a Cyclops. Sometime in the future, I will get a Cyclops. I've also, as well, I should have said this actually, I'm just bought a Hatchet Man. It's the one with the ballistic point. I said I'd talk about this, so I'll do it while I'm destroying these annoying turrets. I bought it just out of the store, because why not? It cost about just over 4 million Seabills, which is a very good price for a very nice mech. But I also bought an absolute load of UAC double plus weaponry. Like literally, like I think I spent about 5 or 6 million Seabills on them. So I'll never need to shop around or look around for like a UAC 10 double plus again. I think I've got about 8 of them now. I don't know how this works. You know, when you ally with a faction, you are allowed to use their store. I have allied with other factions before, but I don't know. I just can't remember what you get in their store. So I don't know. Like in the Capellan store, do you get different equipment? In the Capellan store, for instance, do you get like I don't know, energy double pluses and impulses and stuff like that? And with the Free Worlds League, do you get LRMs? Because I always associate LRMs with the Free Worlds League. I don't know. Interesting point. If anyone does know, please comment below, because I've got no idea. But I do know with the Davians you get access to AC treble plus weaponry and UAC double plus weaponry. So, boss, I'm seeing new energy signatures lighting up at the factory. Okay, so... Well, we knew we've got turrets, so that's fine. Let's just take out this heavy LRM turret here. We've also got the big cheeky stalker to go yet as well with an LRM spam. It's a weird choice. I don't know if they might not be able to see the other mechs actually, but given the Victor is in the trees, I would have thought the Archer would have been a more preferable target, but maybe it can't see. I don't think it can actually. He should destroy this with an Alpha Strike. Very good. I absolutely love that Awesome. It's so good. Just look at the build there. Oh, wonderful. 2 Snub PPC double pluses. They do the they generate 10 less heat than a usual Snub PPC. 2 S pulses for that extra vigor when you're doing physical attacks. 2 M pulses, one of which is a double plus, where you get I think -2 heat on that, and 2 SRM 6s, which are obviously amazing. So yeah, absolutely wonderful mech. Right, we can actually do a cheeky LRM spam on you. Not sure if this will be enough to destroy a heavy turret. It is. Nice. So that's all the turrets down. So I'm really not afeared of this mission. So we'll just go ahead and trigger this. See what happens. Just get everyone in this base. Presume we'll have a reinforcement lance coming at us at some point. Bear, you can actually go in these trees, because I'm pretty sure they'll come from this direction. Boudica, you can jump over here in these trees, and then the other 2 can hold the centre. I say centre, like they're just kind of... we don't really have a centre, we're just going to kind of sit back actually with the Archer and the... and good old Modge, the Stalker. Here we are. We've got a 70 tonner and a 65 tonner. It's a Catathrak. I actually sold. I did have a Catathrak on the books, but I really want the version with the electronic equipment. I think I've got 3 points of salvage from it. So I will at one point going to like have a shop around for that. I don't think I'll be able to get it for a little while, because we are now technically enemies with the Capellans, so I don't even know if they'll sell for us in their stores. I really don't know. But you know, I might look out and find it somewhere. They do tend to get you know, they do tend to get spawned in random missions, so fingers crossed. Unfortunately, that is not the one we're after there. That's just the regular version of the Catathract. Interesting point of lore on the Catathract. It was designed as, at the same time of the Raven. They're both 3025 mechs, or maybe the Ravens are 3024, but they're within a very similar time period. Both designed by the Capellans, and basically what happened was they wanted to use the Catathract to use that electronic equipment. So they created a version of it. This is actually in the lore. It's the 0x version of it, I think. This is the 1x. So this is the big tank version of the Catathract. The 0x has got the AC5. It drops down from the AC10 to the AC5. It's still got the PPC on there, but it's got the electronic equipment on. And Capellan High Command were just like, no, we're not giving it any electronic equipment. So they're quite rare, actually, in the Battletech universe. And the Catathract eventually just gets used as like a big 70-ton bruising mech. On tabletop, though, they're not the best because they've got the two M lasers in the rear, which is never good. That's why I really love the 0x version on tabletop, because it actually takes off the annoying wasted rear lasers and it drops down to an AC5, which is kind of fine because you get the bonuses from the electronic equipment. And at that period, if you're in 3025 and you've got some nice equipment like that, it can be slightly game-changing. Right, well, let's... what should we do here? Got the Archer first, so we're going to have to get into visibility to do some kind of strike, which... Should I do that? What have we got here? We've got a Catathract and a Thunderbolt. Again, it's the 5 SE. I think I've had about 20 spawned at me, Thunderbolts. They're all this version. It will not give me the ballistic version, which is really annoying. And I'm not actually going to jump in there with the Archer. I think he'll be a little bit... Oh, no, we can. Oh, no, we can't. I thought he could get a direct fire there, but he's out of SRM range. But we'll keep him back and just LRM spam here. Very good. Bear, you can stay in the woods there, and... What can you fire at here? Go for the Catathract? Why not? It should hurt him at least. Got a head hit there. Real shame it's not the 0x version, because I think I only need one more point of it to actually get the thing. I think we're just going to smash into this quick draw. Probably knock him over here. Look at that. Crazy. And we didn't knock him over. Just did really well there to stay on his feet. That was pretty bruising, all those LRMs. Catathract misses with its big weapons. And here's the Thunderbolt. It's the Thunderbolt you never really have to worry about. The Ballistic Thunderbolt is far superior in my opinion. And Orion, the K version. So, has that got an AC-10? I think it'll be an AC-10. It is, yes. That's a very regular version of the Orion, I think. Like the stock variant. Right, let's take you off that perch, get you back in the woods. Oh, good. We can still fire off quite healthily with that, so we'll take that shot. Very good. Dark Star in good old art. I think we will pop your head out now and we'll just start... I'm not sure who to attack here. Let's do a multi-strike. That'll do. Should knock the quick draw over. It might finish him off. No. Should knock him over though. And Bear, who's running slightly hot here, but he can really start to chew up this Catathract given the... He's basically outflanked him here. We're not getting rear attacks, but we are getting that side attack, which gives you such a great advantage, especially on the Catathract. It's got its AC-10 in there, so it's lost its big gun. And I think now again we'll multi-strike. Let's go, and the quick draw should nearly be toast. Yeah, we'll just do one of each here, see what we get. Quick draw is just out. I think that was, he basically was destroyed on the last LRM, and this maybe will knock him over. Yeah, good. And the Catarathrax obviously lost his AC 10, so only the Orion really is any threat now. Ooh, physical attack, 90. Don't think he has any sport weapons. In fact, I know he doesn't have any sport weapons. Got the hit there with his AC 10, but we are in the trees. Although we are taking stability damage there, so we're going to have to be mindful of that. Boudica, you can hopefully do some damage to this Thunderbolt. Very good. M-Laser destroyed. Not sure what I'll settle on for the Victor. I've just been playing around with it a little bit and seeing about, you know, if there were any kind of different way that I wanted to run it. I might now, like, I might drop out the LRMs and change it for SRMs, but we shall see. Right, what have we got here? I think we're going to... That Orion is cooking, so I'm not really concerned about him. We'll try to take the Catarathrax out because he is in physical attack range here. Lovely stuff. And I think we're just going to punch this guy. This will hopefully knock him over. We can then get to keep our cover and drop some heat. I'm taking the right torso out there as well. So that sets him up nicely for an attack by this Stalker. Good old Modge. Oh, that's good. Pilot is down. So we'll just smash into this Thunderbolt. Oh, no, we don't have to smash into that building. Took my hand away too fast from the mouse then. And, nearly did something very silly. LRM 10 is crit. Jump jet destroyed. Oh, of course, that's the jump capable version of the Thunderbolt. I forget that exists. Obviously, the Summoner or the Thor, which is the kind of upgrade from the Inner Sphere version of the Thunderbolt. Obviously, the Thor Summoner is a clan mech. That is jump capable. I don't know why I never associate Thunderbolts with jump capability. I don't know if that's just me being wrong. I'm not too sure. But I don't think the stock variant has jump capability. And you now should be able to take this chap out relatively easily. We'll certainly knock him over here anyway. So he's taken quite a few pilot injuries. He's been knocked down. This is the second time he's been knocked down. He's still in the game. He won't be for long though, because I think Bear's just about to take him out here. Ooh, 59 on the centre torso. So let's do a multi-strike here instead. And we'll put all our SRMs into the Thunderbolt. And then we'll put the 2 Snub PPCs into the Orion. Should be enough, maybe. It's treble plus SRM 6, so they do very good levels of damage. Do 12 damage. That's fantastic. Excellent. Glad my maths isn't completely terrible. It's pretty terrible, it's not completely terrible. You kind of see at a glance sometimes what I need to do. LRM spam here. You can see that this guy is just like running and firing. Heat management's very good. We're in the desert as well, obviously, so he's finding it more difficult to sink. Oh, so beautiful. Look at all that stability damage there. He's gone into the trees, which is definitely what I would have done as well, though he hasn't fired his AC weaponry, which is slightly strange. I thought he would have had the heat management to do that, maybe not. Oh, just cooking there, so we'll take off the SRM6s. I love circling an enemy like this. It's very satisfying. Might knock him over. Yeah, good. And bear heat management's not the best here. I did change his loadout recently. I put a TTS energy enhancement on there and took some of the heat management off. I'm actually happier with that because the heat management before was so good it was kind of underpowering the mech. Now though I feel like the percentages are always so high that it's worth doing, if you know what I mean. So much happier with it. And I was actually delighted with it before, but now he's just a monster, that mech. Definitely not the environment for him though. He kind of does prefer to be in like colder areas. And there goes the Orion. So we should now, if everything goes to plan, we should have a battle, I think. Excellent work, Commander. Most excellent work indeed. The munitions factory is yours, and our trap has been set. Now all we need to do is sit back and wait.
Mission successful.
Sounds good to me, Stieglitz. So over 1 million Seabills. Very nice. Yeah, the Awesome got pretty badly chewed up there, but he didn't get any. Look at that, 19 armor left on his centre torso, but he came through unscathed. Everyone got a kill but the Victor, but that's understandable given how we were playing him there. In terms of gyro double plus for stability damage, one of the best, well, probably the best gyro in the game actually. Yeah, that's no brainer. And annoyingly, 2 of the Cataphract pieces, but not the one that I want, obviously. So let's see what old Stieglitz has to say. Well, that seemed to go well enough. Now all we have to do is sit on the factory until Lord Jasper shows up. Yeah, about that. Lemuel, we have a problem. Of course we have a problem. I just got off the comm with a man by the name of Miguel Zapata. He's sort of a community organiser for the inhabitants of this valley. What inhabitants? I don't see any towns or villages around here. Well, that's the thing. As it turns out, this whole AO is densely populated. There's an expansive network of subterranean habitations and tunnels surrounding the munitions factory, and they weren't built to support the weight of a lance of battle mechs. Yikes. Are their inhabitants okay? More or less for the time being at least. Most of the locals rode out the fight in an old bunker, but it won't survive any more collateral damage. These people won't make it through another fight, but they can't run without our help. The whole valley is surrounded by bandits, camped and outriders, and they'll do unspeakable things to any unarmed civvies that try to make a run through their territory. Not going to lie, boss, the thought of a bunch of regular folks getting killed off over some aristocrat's stupid political prank makes my blood boil. If Stigis Bradford were here right now, I'd give him the back of my metal hand. It's a good thing that he isn't here then. He's still our client, Jan. Client or no, his juvenile ploy has put a lot of civilians in harm's way, and as much as I hate to say it, we've helped him do it. We have a responsibility to escort these people to safety. Command, it's the right thing to do. I'm as enthusiastic about charity as anyone else, but we already on contract to do another combat mission for House Steiner. If we help the locals, we'll be putting our own people and battle mechs at risk. Hell, it's worse than that. We'll be devaluing our services in front of a client. I'm assuming that this Zapata guy can't pay us anything. Not as such, no. Most of the locals are buried in a pile of... Most of the locals' belongings are buried in a pile of rubble. There's one other wrinkle to consider before your decision. If we leave the AO to help these people, we won't have time to return to the Argo to do repairs afterwards. Win or lose, we'll have to march or limp right back to the factory to fight Lord Jesper's lance. Well, we'll help them out because we might... Knowing this game, it will give us a little bonus of sorts, and why not? You know, it's still quite early in the evening, so I'm quite happy to extend this particular episode. Tell Zapata that we'll help his people get out of here, whether they can pay or not. We'll worry about finishing the Steiner contract after the locals are safe. Roger that, Commander. So this is now an escort, and then we'll go into a battle, presumably. 3.5 skulls, escort in the desert. Is there anything I want to change here? Probably. Actually, I'm probably going to need a bit of speed. 3.5 skulls, so it could be a toughie. What to bring? I might go with the same lance. You know, I'm just looking at this now. The Stalker, it doesn't need speed because he can just, like I say, can sit back. He can actually accompany the vehicles. I might change out the Archer. We've got the LRM spam there with the Stalker. I really want to bring the Black Knight. I love the Black Knight. I don't really run him that often either, but he's really not very good in the desert. I tell you, if we put him in, but we put a mech warrior like Metal who can deal with the heat, that's probably the best way to deal with this. I think everyone else there is fine. That's the Victor's quite quick and it's jump capable for an assault mech. The Awesome is ridiculously slow, but very powerful. The Black Knight makes up for that a little bit with speed, and the Stalker is super slow, but he can just sit back with the vehicles. So yeah, I think that's good enough. It's only a 3.5 skull as well, so it shouldn't be too hard. This one. And to get some time in with that Stalker as well, because I've been waiting so long to get it. Probably be running it for quite a while because I just love the satisfaction of that LRM spam. If you get it right, it's just game changing. So I think we are maybe like a third way through the flashpoints now. I think this is maybe like the 8th or 9th one that I've done. Still not done any from the campaign, which I would like to do, but I'm trying to do it all before they disappear off the map. You know, the flashpoints, they're only there for a certain time period, whereas the campaign doesn't. The campaign sits there forever. So I'm trying to kind of do as many as I can, because some of them, like this one, I think has only got like 30 days left before it expires. So I've kind of have to jump over very quickly to do this one in fear of losing it. Okay, so we're getting thanked here for helping him, so okay, let's just get on with this. Be a 3-drop one this, I'll try and sprint through it. See if there's anything on the board. There are. Straight away we've got 2 mechs here, and one of them is an awesome 8Q, but he has got horrifyingly bad armour. That's as bad as you can get, I think. And a commando. Yeah, good luck. What's his armour level like here? It's listed as ramshackle, so he's only got 25% of usual, which means he is going to be in a lot of trouble. I've got an Archer 2S there as well. The 2S is a glorious Archer, it's the one that I run. We're just going to focus on this Awesome though, because we should be able to take an arm or 2 off this quite easily. That's fine, we're in the trees there, so take a little bit of stability damage, but we're fine. Look at that, they're putting like really good pilots and mech warriors in these mechs as well, which is a horrific waste because they're just going to get absolutely torn asunder with that terrible armour. Even then, like stray shots just really cut up the Archer there. One hit there by the Awesome. We've still managed to take an arm off, which is surprising. But can we? I don't think we can actually attack the Awesome here. Look at that; he's nearly toast already. But we might actually be able to finish the Archer off here. Yep, there he goes. And Vortex might be able to do the honours on this Archer as well. Don't bring badly armoured mechs to a fight, it's always a bad idea. If you're on tabletop, it's one of the big things that you're looking at. That and heat management are always the first two things I really look at with a mech. If it's got like paper thin armour and it's not very fast, you're in a lot of trouble. Pretty much the same in this game as well. We've got a Hunchy there with an AC 20, so we'll certainly try and take him out. We can actually afford a multi-strike here, so let's do this. Wow, both arms destroyed. I think that's its SRM's gone. And Metal should be able to finish both these guys off, I'd imagine. Oh no, he can't. Sorry, he doesn't have the multi-strike ability. Let's just take one of the M lasers off there, just for a bit of extra heat management. And yeah, we'll allow Vortex here to do a multi-strike. 10 left on the Commando, so we'll just put one LRM-10 into him. That should be enough to finish him. And there goes his big guns. Oh, and the Commando's still in the game, but not for long, I fear. I would imagine that. Oh, we can only. Yeah, we're not in range there, unfortunately, with the impulses. Never mind. Well, let's just go ahead and do that. That should be enough to finish them both off. Very satisfying. I love doing multi-kills like that. Very good. So that's some of the bandits taken out. I'm pretty sure we're going to get reinforcements because it was listed as a 3.5 skull mission. Not sure that takes into consideration armour. That's interesting to think about, actually. Because obviously we had an awesome there, which means that you're probably in for a tough time, but no armour on the thing. Just in terms of which direction these are going to spawn in, well, the end of the map is here and there's no road there. So it's going to have to be that road. I think that's a bit of a giveaway, isn't it, that? Yeah, it must be that road. Or that road, maybe? Don't know if they'll be able to get anywhere going down there. So I'm guessing it's there. So what I'll do is I'll run all my team down here. We'll just take that risk. And I'm going to put Modge just back slightly. Get everyone else into some cover. And Modge can trigger the the escort now. So we're all packed in. Okay, lovely stuff. And yes, they are taking that road, which is useful. So they've not got very far to travel. Presumably we're going to get attacked. Let's have a look. I would guess that's the end of the map there, so I'm guessing it's from this area here. Maybe up on high on this hill. So let's just sprint everyone over here. We just want to draw as much fire as we can while Modge stays back with the vehicles. It's actually quite a good tactic to have an LRM spam, like with your escort, because they can still fire and they can still support the lands, but you don't have to kind of leave the escort unprotected. So it's kind of a double win there. Interesting to see where the enemy spawn here. I'm guessing it's from the top of this hill. Let's jump Boudica up here, see if you can see anything. Not yet. I think we'll just sprint up with the awesome. Leave Charles back a little bit, just in case there's any nasty surprises. And they're nearly home. Just make sure they don't fall down that pretty nasty looking ravine there. Should I just risk? I think we are just gonna. We'll go into this tree copse here. Let's get the Victor up in this area. Charlie will bring on this right-hand flank, and then obviously the Victor's going to stick back with the vehicles. The Victor, sorry, the Stalker. They are nearly home, but not quite. I think everyone else is pretty much well placed. Get you in the trees over there. I'm almost certain they're going to come from that direction. Nowhere else they can come from, really. There's like a big, like, mountainous wall here. Damn it, we've got more bandits coming in. Okay, as expected. Ah, yes, very good. And it's a Cicada and an Archer. Oh, please be the Thunderbolt that I want. Really need the Ballistic Thunderbolt. Fingers crossed for Ballistic Thunderbolt. But these look are horribly armoured as well, so this should be a bit of a doddle. Didn't catch it there, what it was. Cicada is probably the worst mech in the game. That or the Assassin. Absolute garbage mech. And of course it's the one I don't want. Again. That is getting pretty frustrating, actually. That literally must be the 15th time that I've had that version of the mech spawned. That's what I feel about that Thunderbolt. Instant death. Got a head hit there, but we've got the cockpit mod in play, so we are okay. I think we'll bring you in for a bit of action here. The Victor's something to do. Yeah, I think the LRMs need to go, really. I think I need to... Now I've got like a bundle of UAC 10s. That could actually be a very good option on the UAC 10 Double Plus, because they're slightly lighter. Traditionally, you do play an AC20 on a Victor, but for the reasons I cited at the beginning, which was we already have lots of amazing mechs, you know, with like UAC weaponry, so I don't need another big tank like that. I need something slightly different. Right, we're just going to move and fire up this hill now with the Stalker. Who to target first, though? I think we'll just take out this Archer. Good point of notice, if you are ever hunting an Archer 2S, this mission is a good one for it, because you got a 2S in the previous as well. So if you just go for leg shots, you can potentially get a 2S at the end of this mission, which is the Archer that doesn't appear in the stores, and it's the one that I hunted for early on and managed to get. So point of note, if you're after one. Ooh, we're going to get rear shotted here. No, he didn't rear shot. Okay, fair enough. I'm saying that because I'm assuming, I think anyway, that all the loadouts in the flashpoints are predetermined. So what I get spawned at me here won't change, like in your game. I think that's how it works anyway. I can't test that because I can't cheat, because I'm in Iron Man mode, so I can't go back and replay missions. But I'd imagine if it's anything like the priority missions where it is always the same, then it will be like that in the flashpoints as well. Nice. Bear should be able to make light work of at least this Joker here. Yeah, we'll just Alpha Strike this Rifleman. Nice. Look at that. Devastation. I think you did as well. Cicada I'm just absolutely ignoring because it's awful. Terrible, terrible mech. Yeah, we'll take that. We've got the leg or the... Well, in fact, let's just go for the leg here. Destroyed the torso though, that's fine. I almost resent wasting bullets on a Cicada. It's so awful. 25 damage for a 40-ton mech. Does have a machine gun though, so it can potentially get a headshot on you and injure the mech warrior. Yeah, the Cicada is one of those mechs in BattleTech that has just got like no redeeming qualities really. There's a variant of it that has a PPC and it's quick, and you can just run around the. I think it's that variant actually. You just run around the field pinging off your PPC, so that can be okay. But the stock variants are just awful. I think there's like it's like 2 M lasers and an S laser on a 40-ton mech, which is utterly garbage. It's like completely outgunned by most like 35-ton mechs. Anyway, you've served us, Commander. We won't forget it. Okay. If you're finished with this little diversion, you still have a job to do. So get to it, Commander. My patience is wearing thin. Typical Steiner. No thought for the common people. Right, we didn't get paid for that because that was kind of our like pro bono mission there. Again, the Victor didn't get a kill, which definitely tells me I need to get back into the mech bay on him. Still does alright. I mean, it does the job that I need it to do, but I think there's a much better variant. I've done the test. I just wanted to see if that would work, and I don't think it does quite. So we'll have a bit of a workaround. Not much here at all. We'll take the LRM-10. The one with the +2 damage there is nice. And we will take the Awesome as well. Just to sell. Got part of a Hunchback there as well. I've got that variant now. I've got it on the active books. So now we're doing the final mission, which should be the battle to kill maim, embarrass, whatever it is, his political rival. So we're going right into this, which is good. No more talking. Let's just try to choose some different mechs now. Oh, it's defend base, actually. That's interesting. Defend bases can be quite difficult. You can lose these like randomly. So can be a little bit hair-raising. So we'll take a bit of a better land style. I'll take the Highlander. We'll put Boudica in Highlander. Take the Atlas. Why not? Treat ourselves. And I'll put Lady Deathlotus, will I? Maybe not. Let me have a look here. In fact, put Darkstar in the Atlas too. Not run Darkstar in a while. And we'll bring the Archer, I think, again, just for the missile options. I'll put Talon. Will I put Talon? No, I'll put Vortex, actually, in the Archer. And finally, bring the Grasshopper, but it's just energy. The energy loadout is so high, the heat efficiency will be terrible. I really don't want to bring the Victor. I need to go back into the mech bay with that Victor. Decisions. I am going to take the Grasshopper. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with the heat management issues, and I will put Code in Bouncer today. Got some nice extra initiative there with the pilots. So the Highlander runs as a heavy mech, and the Grasshopper runs as a medium mech. So that's actually quite useful in defend bases because we get to move before the opponent. But like I said, defend bases can be quite tough to a point where you can fail the mission pretty easily, actually, if you're not careful. I've had that happen to me a few times in like random missions. Like you're allowed to like have 2 of the buildings destroyed, and the enemy will destroy 3. It's kind of like a mission. One of the flashpoints I did a little while back, which was the escort mission. And I just genuinely think there's no way to actually get the secondary objective because they target the vehicles. And I'd kind of placed everyone perfectly, but they just ignored my lance and went for the vehicles. And if they do that, you fail the secondary. So that's that. Similar with defend base. And this is the base that I'm used to attacking. It's a very cool mission. This, or like, you know, like topography. It's like a big desert base surrounded by like hills and sand. So Lord Jesper Bissett, I don't know who you are who sent you mercenary, but in the name of House Bissett and House Davian, you will abandon this factory or you will be destroyed. That's our cue, Lemuel. It's time to get to work. Hold the factory and don't give Bissett an inch. It's important to Stieglitz Bradford that he fails in his mission before you break him. Keep the structures intact and take Lord Jesper's lands down, and we'll call this thing finished. Good hunting, Commander. Right, well, let's just have a look here. So hold out for it. So we've got to hold out for 10 turns. 4 must survive, 8 remain. So that's quite good. It means we can take some collateral here. Secondary objective, ensure all buildings survive. That's probably not going to happen. Destroy Lord Jesper's Bissett's lance. That will obviously be doable. So we should get one of the secondaries. Now, I have a feeling this one might be quite tricky. I don't know why. I just get a feeling we're going to get spammed from all angles here. So we know where one of them is coming from. So I think we'll bring the Atlas to kind of meet that lance alone because he can do that. I'm actually going to spread everybody out, or everybody else out then, and just see what we get thrown at us. We can actually use this. Is that like covered in sand, or is it like a graphics glitch? I'm not sure. Looks like, I think it is covered in sand. We can use the walls as well to jump on, so that's quite useful. And they are horrendously armoured, so these should be very, very easy to take out. I'm just going to use the archer to meet them. I mean, obviously I can move around here on the wall and attack with code, because why not? 35% there. We got one of them. We destroyed the jump jet. I always feel a little bit cheated when the enemy comes so badly armoured. It's always slightly disappointing. It's like whatever you do tactically, you can't really lose. And he's going for the buildings, so yeah, we're not going to get the secondary today. No chance. Oh, is that another lance? Got a 50 tonner coming from over there. We'll take Boudica over to meet this chap then. It's a trebuchet. Going to do a precision strike here because he's got the LRM spam. So let's try and take him out before he can do any more damage. We didn't take him out, but I think we've destroyed all his LRMs. Yeah. It's like I said, if they decide to do that, I can't stop them. So the secondary is pretty much unobtainable. A Thunderbolt. Oh, and what a surprise. It's the 5SE variant. Shock horror. I'm going to actually come out in the open here and try to get them to attack me as opposed to the buildings, but again, not sure if that will work. I suppose the only way to mitigate it on some levels in terms of the building is to bring light mechs, because your light mechs will actually, well, presumably your light mechs will move before, well, they will, because these are medium mechs, and then you can potentially try to go for like shots, you know, to destroy weaponry. But you could do that actually on this one because they're so badly armored, but I don't know that going in, so it's really would be a bit of a risk. I also don't have any light mechs on the books, so that's yeah, I've actually put the Raven back into storage now, so that wouldn't work in my case here. Right, let's try then and finish these chaps off before they can do any more damage to the base. Is there anything can get into C? I don't think there is. Maybe just those two can, obviously. Lots of A's there. We'll put one of you into B. Just see if that... Put actually one of the SRM racks into A as well.
Confirm. Multiple targets.
There goes the Shadowhawk. And they'll definitely take one of... Oh, I want to say they'll definitely take one of the buildings out now, but decided not to.
I'm showing minor damage.
How's it going?
Code, you can you get any decent shots off here? Do a precision strike on this Griffin. Try and just... Oh, is it actually the Thunderbolt will attack next, won't it? Yeah, we'll actually go for the Thunderbolt instead.
Engaging target.
No good. Trebuchet's up, but he doesn't have many weapons left. Oh, it's the PPC Trebuchet. Okay, that was the LRM one. Obviously wasn't paying attention. Boudica might be able to kill 2 of them here, actually. He's got such a wonderful ranged attack. Oh, maybe not. Let's just try that. Nice. Then goes the Trebuchet. See if we can get lucky against the Griffin. No, he's still in the game. But he now has to meet the SRMs. Actually, no, I'm going to ignore... Oh, should I? Decisions. We can't do a multi-strike here, so it's going to have to be one or the other. Let's take the Thunderbolt out, because I think he will be moving next. I think. Complete overkill, that. Oh, or maybe not. We have knocked him over. Oh, there we go. Got him on the final ammo explosion. And this should just be a matter of tapping this guy and he'll exploderize. Really want to kind of take out some of the heat here though. That's nice. Very good. So that's the first lance destroyed. So we got that secondary objective there, but I'm very, very sure there'll be reinforcements. Here we go. So they're coming in on our left-hand flank here. But that's fine, because we've got the Grasshopper ready to jump now. Again, terribly armoured. And we've just bought that Hatchet Man. I don't mind, actually. It's not like... I didn't have any salvage from it. So if I'd have had like 3 points of salvage from one, I would have been a little bit peevish, because I would have been able to save myself upwards of 4 million Seabills. Right, what I'm going to do is... Yeah, I'm going to jump down here, get evasion pips, and try and lure them to attack me instead of the buildings. Kind of want to keep away from the Hatchet Man as well, because it does have the hatchet, and it does a lot of damage on the physical attack. Boudica, I'm actually going to keep over here, because I think we might get more reinforcements coming at us, given how terribly armoured everything is. So we've had one from this direction, we've had one from this direction, so we might get something from over here as well.
Standing by.
I feel like it's completely safe to do that, because these are so badly armoured and 2 of my mechs are already on top of them. So we'll LRM this Hatchet Man. And we destroyed his hatchet already. Ouch. That's incredible. He's like hunkered down as well, so just, the armour's just awful. And a catapult there, C1. But they can't, there's no one is spotting for them, so there's very little risk here. We may actually get the secondary objective here. Who knows? Oh, maybe not if they're going up on high. That was the Hatchet Man with his AC-10. That's exactly what I wanted though, so they focus on me and not the buildings. We'll drop you back and just use the L lasers to shoot. 1 hit. Oh, there is. Here they are. There's something else. Okay, we've got a Jaeger mech over there. So we'll definitely try to take you out quite quickly. Let's see if we get a cheeky headshot on you. Oh, PPC wildly inaccurate there. These guys don't have a chance though, not with that armour level, not against the Highlander.
Yes, Commander.
And Art should be able to take the Hatchet Man out relatively easily here. Yeah, let's do that. Actually still got pretty decent armour levels, so we will Alpha Strike here.
How you like this?
There he goes.
Tango down.
Probably bring the Grasshopper back to support Boudica, because this Ozymandias is going to absolutely wreck these guys. Let's just do some random attacks here. So we got, yeah, we'll just use the UAC-20. We'll put the ER S laser is out of range there. We'll put you into C, you into B, you into C, you into C, and you into C as well. Yeah, let's just do that. Nice percentages there. Destroyed the right arm of the rifleman. Got into the catapult structure. Might knock a leg out here. Yeah, there we go. And destroyed the AC-5. Devastating. What a waste. A Wolverine, a catapult, and a rifleman just getting absolutely chewed up like that. And the Jägermech's targeting Jacob, that's good. As long as he's not going for the base. There's like a high building here as well that's peeping above the other building, so that might be an easy target for them. I'm actually just going to sprint back here with the Grasshopper, see if we can draw some fire from this other lance coming. Really not worried about these three. Don't think they'll last another turn against us. I'm glad that I bought a decent lance though, because even though they're really badly armoured, it is 8 mechs that I'm up against. Another rifleman, but he's only got 58 armour left. So we will absolutely multi-strike this. Let's just try this. Should be enough to take the Jägermech out. Not quite, but he's had a lot of his weaponry stripped off that. This is all going according to plan. They're focusing on the Highlander and not the buildings, which is good.
Commander.
And you should be able to take at least one of these guys out. Really not concerned about the Wolverine. We'll just alpha strike the catapult here. He's the LRM spam and he can jump, so I don't want him near the base. Jägermech's going for a close proximity shot there with LRMs, which is a terrible idea. That puts us in nice physical attack range actually for the Archer, given its heat levels. Interesting note, the Archer in this game has an insanely high melee attack, which is very surprising because it's basically a missile spammer. And we might actually finish these guys off now with Ozymandias. Maybe not, because he probably won't get any decent percentages on his UAC-20. And the heat's awful, so we'll turn that off. We can attack with everything else, so we'll put... Let's just mix and match here. Yeah, okay. Okay. Just try that. Good, good. Very good. Can we take the catapult out now? No. Not quite. But that's fine. These guys are really badly chewed up, so they can't really do any damage to us. Or, more importantly, the base. Code, this is good. He is now in the vicinity of this rifleman. It's good that he can just shoot with his L lasers as well, because he's just sinking heat until he gets into like optimum range, and then he can go in for the kill shot. Boudica, let's just finish this Jägermech off. And he is exceptionally hot, but understandable. And he's just critted himself with bad heat management there. We can't run in for a physical attack because they're both up on high. So we'll just instead, I think, SRM this catapult, hopefully kill it. Still in the game, but he's lost all... No, he hasn't lost all his weaponry. He's lost most of his weaponry. Should have M lasers left. Yes. 3 M lasers, 2 are critted.
Position confirmed.
Now, I'm not sure that we'll be able to do this successfully. We'll take off the pulse weaponry. They run very hot. Take off the ER M laser. Excuse me, and then I will just randomly assign everything else. That'll do.
Confirmed. Multiple targets.
Get the LB-20X here, so that should be enough. Good, excellent. So just a rifleman left. So unless he targets that big pointy standy-uppy building, we've done the secondary here, which is good.
Copy that.
And he's going to have a job on now because we've just taken his leg off. So I don't even if he'll know if he'll be able to get into range of that building. No, he's not got a chance. He's toast because Boudica's now going to jump in and finish him off.
Engage.
Very good. Well, I say very good. That was a weird mission when it's spamming really badly armoured mechs. Important to note though that
Mission successful.
that Archer 2S is all over that mission. So if you want an Archer 2S, get the salvage here. Over 1 million Seabills for that. That's superb. We should get some decent salvage as well, given how many mechs we killed. Look at that Ozymandias there with 5 kills. No mechs that I want, unfortunately, but let's see if there's any nice equipment. There's no electronics. Oh, there's a gyro, but it's the SRM 6 to Treble Plus is amazing. We'll take that, actually. It's not the best, but it's a gyro, and they're always good to have. Oh, we got the Jägermech and the Thunderbolt as well, so some nice salvage to sell there also, which is good. You've done a yeoman's job, Commander. The pride of House Bissett has been dragged through the mud and humiliated. I await Duke Bissett's response with giddy anticipation. We were happy to be of service. I will admit you had me worried there for a time. Your decision to assist those poor wretched had a whiff of hubris about it. But despite my misgivings, you came through for me and satisfied my expectations in full. For that, Commander, I salute you. Does that salute come with a bonus pay by any chance? Beyond what you were promised, you mean? No, haha, of course it doesn't. But it was a wonderful show all the same. And now, if you'll excuse me, I must prepare for my next meeting. Of course, until next time, sir. Right, smug so-and-so, isn't he? Yeah, at least we were able to get those locals to safety before the fighting began. Okay, let's see what our prize is. 1 million Seabills as well, that's awesome. Lyran Commonwealth pay well. A piece of an awesome, which is the awesome I love, but got one. 2 pieces of a Black Knight. There is a Lost Tech Star League Black Knight in this game. I'm not sure if you can buy it. TTS Double Plus is amazing. AC weaponry I don't use. That's a really good gyro. SRM 4 Double Plus is good. Arm mods with tonnage, don't use them. That was a really nice haul though. You can't complain about that. It's a lot there, a lot of money and a lot of decent salvage. Look at that, I think made an absolute ton of money on that flashpoint, which is nice. Anyway, I am going to end that here because that was a long old episode and I thought it'd be a short one as well because it was listed as short, but there was that extra mission thrown in. So I'll thank you very much for watching and I'll hopefully catch you again next time.